If you want to know the movies that defined the generation born from 1965 to 1980, you should definitely watch our picks for the best Generation X movies.
Shea, get in here.
What's up, Daddy?
What the hell is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
Number 10. Empire Records, directed by Alan Moyle. The fight against corporate greed is what drives the characters in this true heart-inspired music ride. The family-like staff of a small record store that provides teenagers with great music sees their future in trouble when a big label wants to buy them. After losing all their money with a bad bet, the fight for independence begins.
I was just thinking how I used to imagine marrying you when you were on the family way.
Marrying me? I must have been a baby back then.
I'm not a baby now.
Number 9.
I want to do something good for humanity.
How about sterilization?
Clueless is a coming-of-age teen comedy film written and directed by Amy Heckerling, poking fun at the typical teenage genre without ever getting too cynical or satirical. Clueless finds the young, rich, and socially successful girl Cher at the top of her Beverly Hills high school pecking scale. But when all her success suddenly shatters, she must realize just how misled she was and must use all her charm and intelligence to deal with the all-important teenage social life.
What do you think?
I'm amazed.
That I'm devoting myself so generously to someone else?
No, that you found someone even more clueless than you are to worship you.
Number 8. Wayne's World, directed by Penelope Spheris. With charming and hilariously absurd characters, Wayne's World invites you into the wacky world of Wayne and Garth, who are offered a big-time deal for their basement TV show. This takes them on a wild ride of pop culture references and unforgettable catchphrases as they navigate fame, friendship, and a meddling corporate sponsor. But there was more to the deal than they could have guessed.
The fact is, he's the sponsor. And you signed a contract guaranteeing him certain concessions, one of them being a spot on the show.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
Number 7. Kids, directed by Larry Clark. Delivering on good teenage drama and a huge surprise, Kids will test its audience to the limit to prove its value. When a young teenager who has sent himself on the mission to sleep with as many virgin girls as possible without them knowing he has HIV, one of his earlier victims is going on her own quest, stop the horrifying kid before the next victim.
And that shit was so good though. I mean, he was fucking fingering me, he was sucking on my tits. I was like, you go boy. We were ripping each other's hair out. We were kissing so hard, our lips were busted. I was like...
Number 6.
You a Heather?
No, I'm a Veronica Sawyer.
Heathers is a black comedy teen film directed by Michael Lemmon. This high school coming-of-age story of a different kind sees one of the most popular girls in school act out against her friends. Despite being part of the famous girl clique, Veronica grows unhappy with her group's bad behavior. However, when she and her boyfriend accidentally poison the leader, they make it look like suicide. This seems like a good plan, until she learns the fact that her boyfriend is killing everyone he doesn't like.
I don't know, probably row out to the middle of a lake somewhere, bring along a bottle of tequila, my sax, and some Bach.
How very.
Number 5.
Think the average stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet main? All they know is killing in white uniforms.
Clerks is a buddy comedy film written and directed by Kevin Smith. Life has hit a wall for a group of friends that work a night shift at a dull New York convenience store. But the night becomes exciting when an incident occurs, forcing protagonist Dante to decide between two of his ex-lovers. It's a tough choice for someone who doesn't even know what he wants from life.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but what are you talking about?
The ending of Return of the Jedi.
My friend here is trying to convince me that any independent contractors who were working on the uncompleted Death Star were innocent victims when it was destroyed by the rebels.
Number 4.
I just stare at my desk, but it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch, too.
Office Space is a 1999 black comedy film written and directed by Mike Judge. With sharply written dialogue and hilarious ideas, Office Space is a refreshing take on its genre. As we follow Peter, a tech company employee suffering through days that seem to get worse and worse, we experience his perspective on frustrating workspaces. But everything will change after an incident with a therapist that leaves him in an everlasting state of trance.
I'm gonna go next door and get a table, and if you'd like to join me, no big deal, all right? And if not, that's cool too, okay?
Okay.
All right.
When you say next door, do you mean Chili's or Flingers?
Flingers.
Okay.
Number 3.
Just ignore him.
Sweets? You couldn't ignore me if you tried.
The Breakfast Club is a 1985 coming-of-age comedy drama film written and directed by John Hughes. As one of the most funny and heartfelt insights into the lives of teenagers in high school, The Breakfast Club follows a group of teenagers, each belonging to their specific hierarchy in the school system. But as they spent a day in detention, the very different girls and boys discover they have maybe more in common than they thought.
Let's just drop it, okay? We'll talk about it later.
No, drop what? What are you talking about?
Well, Brian's trying to tell me that in addition to the number of girls in the Niagara Falls area, that presently you and he are riding the hobby horse.
Oh, pig.
Number 2.
Sun, moon, stars, quasars, motherfuckers sound like airwood jets. There ain't no God.
Boyz in the Hood is a coming-of-age hood drama film written and directed by John Singleton. Exploring Afro-American culture from a far, smart standpoint, Boyz in the Hood sees 3 friends in the heart of tough LA. This incredibly honest story proves that within poverty and drug wars, it's about family holding together and teaching important social values to your children, or they will be absorbed by the never-ending gang conflicts.
Fuck you looking at, nigga? I'm still trying to find out, nigga. Hold on. Oh, we got a problem here? We got a problem here? We got a problem, nigga?
Before we unveil movie number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
All right, fine. You don't want to work, fine. Don't you want to be in a band, then be in a goddamn band. Rehearse every day, play 3 times a night. Don't just dick around in the same coffee house for 5 years. Don't dick around with her.
Okay, wait. If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking of? 69, dudes!
You might be able to stimulate some thought in yourself, switch your guests off so that you might have some perception and be able to see our way out of this, alleviate suffering, make us enjoy it or something, I mean, we're walking around here right now and it's really time for us to take action.
Number 1.
Why? I don't know why. I don't know. Never been in a fight. You?
No, but that's a good thing.
No, it is not. How much can you know about yourself if you've never been in a fight?
Fight Club is a 1999 psychological thriller film directed by David Fincher. As probably one of the most quoted, influential, and pop cultural classic movies ever put to screen, Fight Club explores manhood ego, depression, and the prisoners we can become in our daily lives in a fresh and ultimately terrifying way. When burned-out Jack meets the wild Tyler Durden, a man he always wanted to be, a dangerous and chaotic friendship begins.
Do you agree with our list? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to know more about a particular movie in this list, you can check out our links in the video description. And for more top 10 movie videos, be sure to subscribe to communiTV.